Hey everybody. All right, everybody. Good morning, good evening, depending on where you from in your time zone. And I don't know if anybody can see, we're doing our Smackdown for December of 2025, our prior last Smackdown cover for this rest of this year. But pretty interesting night. I didn't get a chance to watch completely of everything. Of course, I'm just seeing the highlight, the scene, heard all the news. Of course, Joe Henry and the Miz had their segment. I'm just actually now looking at this now to this point. I've seen all the major stuff happen about maybe a few or so ago. But I love it how everybody used to say the Miz is like a but his character is so classical throughout times. But I just love the different interaction with Joe Henry and certain superstars, and I think between him and um, definitely him and Miz have a interesting working relationship. Comedically wise, they are very entertaining. When they were the Awesome Truth the first time back in 2010, 2011, they were a pretty awesome tag team. I really felt like they were formidable. Going up against anybody in the roster, depending on who, because it was like a two-man power trip angle. And of course, we already know our truth is like comedically one of the most best. Like I can't say off script, but into prop guys, because depending on the setting and on the standard of the show where they're at, he always can make it. I'm sorry. It was just funny to see like Joe Henry, Otis, and our Truth all work together. Like I said, this is a funny segment for me because I have been always entertained by Joe Henry and his into prop for a lot of stuff. So it was very interesting to see, like I said, the whole Alpha Academy, aka Otis and Tozawa. Again, Tozawa, another comedic character. I do love all most of the skits they have and them put together. Very interesting segment, and then they have the Charlotte Flair versus the Lash Legend match, which I honestly I'm kind of like now impartial to Charlotte. I couldn't really stand her as much. I did like her for the Sasha Banks and her rivalry over the years, probably back in 2016 when they were on separate brands. And how you doing, Stella? How's it going? Um, again, they were a pretty interesting concept to put together. So I honestly think like now, even so at this point, Charlotte has definitely grown on me as a professional wrestler, not just a person. But I actually like how now that where her status is at, to where if she loses a match, it doesn't hurt her status now. And as far as Alexa, like nothing really hurts her status because like they're those two are like kind of like both solidified. As far as like the main event caliber or main event superstar, as far as the women's wrestling, so they're prominently like good and safe for where they're at. Like they could take major PLE losses and it still would not affect their stardom per se. I have a feeling that maybe because Lash is fairly new, they would probably look towards of pushing um more of Lash and Nia Jax. They're a pretty interesting combination. I am the biggest Nia Jax lover to this day. And then with her tag team up with Lash Legend, I feel like that was a great power move to put together. And just for the side note, because I'm just seeing now also too with the Jade Cardell and Meacham interactions throughout the past, weeks or so. So I would kind of like to see even just for the humbug of Jade teaming with Lash Legend and Nia Jax, depending on where circumstances at. If we do get to see Bianca come back to the roster at some point, hopefully we do. Again, I'm loving the attitude of Jade saying I'm that bitch. I really feel like it's more defiant in its staplement, and it's a great way to build up her character because B-Fab, and I'm seeing B-Fab now and Meacham. But again, with BFAB, I feel like maybe they maybe need to showcase her more. Since they're not showing the Street Profits, and they haven't shown them since in the last like 2 or 3 months. I do feel that BFAB needs to step out on her own. I don't feel like if he gets a title shot, I predominantly say she's going to lose. But I'm not going to say that she shouldn't have a bad showing because I don't think BFAB has had that many matches on the main roster as of lately. And like I said, with her not accompanying Dawkins and oh man, my man's Montez Ford. So yeah. And now I'm thinking I'm getting to my next matchup. Again, this was another, I think, impromptu matchup. Carmelo Hayes versus Ilya Dragunov for the United States Championship. I'm pretty sure if anybody has seen my channel that I've covered that. I really am happy now that WWE is finally like starting to somewhat systematically listen to its fans and that they did put the title belt on Carmelo Hayes. Again, the title was passed around predominantly through top mid carders, so Solo, Sammy, Dragunov. Like it was various amount of peoples that it was put onto. So now more than ever, we do got to go ahead and see, a nice push. Probably like to see whenever Jacob Fatu returns. Probably, I don't think he should go after the title. I really would feel like Jacob should have against main event caliber superstars probably show. Um, and again, man, I'm just loving. Like I said, I think I predicted this also within a few weeks ago. Because I'm now just seeing the interaction between all four of the women's tag team between the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka, Asuka and Kyrie Zane. Let me see. Okay. You got an 8 woman tag team match. It's kind of like the follow up from literally the. This is literally the follow up from the Survivor Series War Games per se with this interaction. Again, the Kabuki Warriors, Io Sky and Rhea Ripley with Lash Legend and Nia Jax um, I'm sorry, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley on next week. So that'll be a pretty interesting matchup. I really do feel like we'll maybe get the fatal four way triple threat, fatal four way women's tag team matchup for the tag team championships. I'm hoping that we get that. Um, Again, I'm hoping that it may happen. They might hint towards it, maybe depending on how the interaction of that tag team match goes on about. But again, that remains to be seen. Now I'm just trying to get to the final. I think final segment of the night per se. Literally, it was Drew McIntyre in the ring. So I feel like Drew is like definitely one of the biggest trolls for like the last 2 to 3 years. Him and Punk's rivalry had brought more of a character out of him, and even more so now. Like Drew won me over when he won the title back in 2020, but he is winning me over on the mic, um, heavily because of burger after burger. Like his punchlines, like his lines just in general are timely and on time. And I love how he just trolls everyone. So, okay, all right, so we gonna go to Berlin. So, alrighty, I'm actually gonna like this matchup. So it's gonna be Cody Rhodes. I already kind of seen this and showed this on my channels. Cody Rhodes versus McIntyre at Clash of I think Berlin with the WWE Universal Championship online for the Three Stages of Hell match. I'm going to be interested in seeing who wins that. That'll be a pretty interesting concept. Gonna be a pretty interesting matchup. I don't know where they're gonna go as far as like everything is concerned. I with Drew or like I said are ready for this matchup. So again, with it being in 2 weeks, I feel like it'll go. I really am hoping that it doesn't go anybody more so per se they wanted to go. Again, I have a feeling that maybe Drew McIntyre should pull this. Should they did the same thing with Cody and literally oh man. Cody and Kevin Owens a couple years, I think like last year before KO had the severe neck injury. So I am hoping that we'll end up seeing definitely, and I'm hoping that we'll see a definite a new champion at some point. So again, hopefully we'll end up seeing like because it's been a while since we saw any type of different iteration of matches within the last couple years with WWE. So regarding like I think your common so special type matches are Hell in a Cell, ladder matches. Of course, the War Games has been a common thing now per se, but matches used to be for back in the day when I was around, just growing up watching wrestling. Like those were specific matches that you had for rivalries that brewed on to that point. So, and again, I have a feeling that maybe the Three Stages of Hell might include a regular, maybe a no DQ, a last man. Who knows? Who knows what the Three Stages of Hell matchups are? So again, I'm pretty interested in seeing the clash. I'm seeing Drew and Cody one more time, and also they they kind of already hinted that Trick Williams will also be featured within the probably the main roster sooner or later. So, again, something to look forward to. We got most of these young guys coming on. Cody has been the standard bearer as far as like bringing the new guys on to the main roster. Like some of the young guys, we are still seeing we are still be seeing Carmelo Hayes. We're going to be definitely seeing Trick Williams soon. Oba maybe at some point. I don't know if they're going to take the NXT Championship off him. Like I said, Cody has been the standard bearer with bringing new talent on, so I'm glad to see that. And perhaps, like I said, maybe so we might end up seeing a whole lot more new young brash talent, the young faces to go ahead and bring on. Couple people we haven't seen in some time. LA Knight, he hasn't been on camera. Like I said, the Street Profits They haven't been on camera as much. The Wyatt Six versus the MFTs. We don't know when we're going to initially get that. Um, I would traditionally probably, maybe me personally, put that on a PLE or um a different style of matchup. Honestly, that was one of the very few matchups that I feel like you probably could have done either in a elimination chamber, or you probably could have taken it to a tornado style no DQ style matchup with all four of the groups. Or even, with the tag team with the Y6 holding the tag team championships. It could make it interesting to seeing who would they pair up, knowing that Solo will be the head honcho per se. More of a wrestling vlog stream. So, but yeah, this is all just a wrestling talk conversation. Again, I don't know when we're going to have the MFTs face the Y6. Again, the Y6 has been one of the teams I've been wanting to see more on the roster, but it still, I guess, sporadically takes time. Again, if we do see maybe perhaps the Street Profits back at some point. Again, we haven't saw, I think, DIY in quite some time. Not all the time, but again, guys, we're gonna probably be having some more takes later on. I'll be doing also more probably getting to the realm of dating conversation, or probably the difference between men and women. Probably per se is a different general conversation, probably for the norm. So again, if you want to join me for that conversation later on this evening, we're going to talk about. It's going to be more so probably who has it easier in this sentence. And again, if you want to join me for that conversation later, I'm going to be having that. Make sure you be tuned in for the live stream. And if you are in this live right now, make sure you hit the make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification as well, and be stay tuned for all of my wrestling and fitness content plus anime content as well. And please make sure you subscribe to all of my other social media platforms that's linked in my bio. And be sure to be tuned in for all of my other social media content. And with that being said, I'll catch you next time, everybody. Have a great one.